So growing up, I was the only girl, and not only I was the only girl, I was the youngest child on both my mom and my dad's side. So I never really had nobody to like relate to me or to talk to or to be there for me or with me in my hard times, because my siblings were much older than me. I was the baby. And so growing up, once I did get to a space of having people or being in a relationship or whatever, I clinged to those people. I would cling to them, and I felt like they could be everything that I needed, or they can help me through situations that I was going through. And so this last year, like I was telling y'all about of my life, when God set me in my loneliness, it allowed me to get to a space where I did not rely on another person to help heal me or to really mask what I needed to heal from, all of my past trauma. I've been single since April of last year. We're going on almost 2 years now. And the first 6 months was really hard. Now, it wasn't extremely hard because I was still in the same home with the person for a little while. But once I got on my own and I was by myself, the first few months were really, really hard because I was so used to being with somebody or, you know, having somebody to go through these situations with. But when I had to actually sit and do the work myself with God, that's when the real work began. When I tell you it is so important to go through your single season, I mean it is so important. And more importantly, it is so important to go through your single season with God. Because had I not did it with God, there's no telling where I would be right now. There's no telling how my mental would be right now. God, not only did he heal me from past trauma, he showed me how to navigate through what is coming, through the new trials and tribulations I'm going to face, the new obstacles I'm going to have to jump over. Because when you give your life to Christ, Satan is even more mad than he was before. See, Satan don't bother the people he already has. So when he already has you and you're of the world and in the world sinning, he don't bother you as much. You're already in his playground. You're already captured by him. He wants the ones that either has transitioned to God or who's always known God. He wants the ones that are closer to God because he wants you in hell with him. So he's going to do any and everything he can to get you as far away from God as he can. After losing my mom, my dad, going through a divorce, moving into a state with no family and no friends, it forced me into a lonely season. It forced me to know how to navigate through life without any help, without anybody there to back me up. Your mom and dad is always going to be there for you. They're always going to, have your back if times get hard. Even if they wasn't the best of parents, there's something that they could do to make sure that they have you in some type of way. Your spouse, they're posted, they married into a covenant where they're supposed to have your back. Your family and your friends, they're supposed to be there. Those are the people that you chose to do life with, or that God chose for you to grow you up into the person you are. But when you have none of those things to lean on or to rely on, it forces you to really sit with yourself, do the real work, heal from your past trauma, learn who God is, learn who God really is. I took an entire year to read my Bible, not just read it, I studied it. I wanted to actually know who he was. I went 30 years of my life not knowing who God really was. And I wanted to actually take the time out to actually learn. I didn't want to hear through the grapevine no more. I didn't want to hear it through word of mouth no more. I wanted to actually know. See, I grew up knowing that God is good and we are to respect him. And, you know about the normal sins that everybody talks about generally, like, cheating and not being gay or waiting till, we know about those things through the grapevine. But who is God? What is his heart? What do he want for my life? I didn't even know that what I wanted for my life wasn't the same thing as what he wanted for my life. Because we say God will give you what your heart desires. Yeah, but sometimes you don't even know what your heart desires. Only God knows. So allowing yourself to actually go through a single season with God will change your life.